Hello and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms, the podcast that provides you with all the latest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are looking to substantially increase your caseload in the next 6 months, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy, and welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everyone. I hope you guys are having a rockin' week thus far, although it being a short week. Because I know you guys just had a long weekend. If you're here in the United States, it was our Labor Day weekend. Hope you guys had a great time. This is the unofficial end of summer. If you're here in the Northeast, that's what we call it. If you're down in the Florida area or whatever, summer continues. Anywho, today I want to talk to you about something that is very, very relevant with SEO. It's an important aspect of SEO, especially local SEO. As a matter of fact, is what we start out with when we take on a local client. What I mean by local, meaning a local law firm client, family law, personal injury law, estate planning, any law firm that has local clients to them. And they don't, they're not an international client, international law firm or, a national law firm. They're local law firms. That's why this is called Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms, because that's my clientele, who I like to serve and help the most, especially giving them content like this. So with that, I want to talk to you guys about leveraging insights on Google My Business profile. So as you guys know, Google My Business, I'm still saying Google My Business. That's how embedded this thing is to me. They have changed the name to Google Business Profile. I keep saying Google My Business because that's it was called Google My Business for a long time. Prior to it being Google My Business, it was called Google Plus. So they've changed the name a couple of times. So I apologize. It's Google Business Profile. So leveraging insights on Google Business Profile. All right, now that I got that out of the way, what is Google Business Profile? You guys should know already because you probably already have a Google Business Profile. And if you don't, shame on you. Basically, it's your online listing. And everything should feed off of your Google Business Profile. For instance, if you have any other listings, if you recall a few episodes back, maybe it's been about 2 months by now, we talked about 11 directories. Okay. And if you noticed, one of the directories that we did not talk about, or listing, if you will, was Google Business Profile. And it's the only reason why I didn't mention it on that episode is because I was talking about specific legal directories. There are specific legal directories that you need to be on because you're a legal, you're in the legal industry. Okay. Google Business Profile is not just for legal. Google Business Profile is for every business. So the reason I'm saying, talking about this now, I did get some comments in that last episode that I did back, 2-3 months ago or so. People say, hey, Frank, you didn't mention Google Business Profile. Well, I didn't mention it because the title of that episode was Legal Directories. Google Business Profile is not a legal directory, although you can list your business there. Anywho, so that's the reason. But here's the thing, though. All of those legal directories feed off of what Google Business Profile is doing from an SEO perspective. All right. Now, if you're not doing any SEO whatsoever, then forget about everything I just said, However, if you are doing SEO, then yes, you're going to benefit from having it tied, all those legal directories that we talked about, to your Google business profile. You're going to benefit from it tremendously. But anyway, that's another strategy. That's another time, another discussion for another time. I don't want to get into it because it's going to make this episode huge. So the question is, so if you have all these directories that you have that are legal directories that we talked about in the other episode, why do law firms need a business listing on GBP, Global Business Profile? Here's the bottom line. You need to be on there because you want to give your physical location an online presence. It's the best way I can say it. You want to give your physical location an online presence. And once you do that and you tie it to, like I said before, is a SEO strategy that we do, tie it to those those directories that you're in, you're gold. Okay? So that's why law firms need a business listing on GBM. Another thing on GBP. Another thing is it allows you to gain business insights that you can actually leverage. See, those other directories really don't. I mean, some do, some don't. Now, there are some that I mentioned there that, if you recall, they were paid directories. And if you pay for it, they'll give you some insights as who's visiting, yada, yada, yada. Do you really need to pay for this? In my opinion, you don't, especially if you have it on Google. Okay. You have it on Google, leverage what Google's telling you. Okay. So it's, in my opinion, one of the best features of GBP. It's because the insights that it gives you, and it's, again, this is all free, so it's pretty good data, and it allows you, if you're doing your own marketing, to make some decisions as to how you want to market your business based on the insights it's giving you. Okay, now, how a law firm can leverage the GBP insights for marketing? Good question. I'm glad you asked. You leverage it by finding out how customers are finding you. Are they finding you via direct search? Which, in my opinion, direct search is not, you're not really doing marketing. If that's the case, you're really not doing marketing. Direct search is someone who already knows you. If you're an attorney or if already knows your firm, that's a direct search. And if your insights, when you look into your insights within the GBP, if it's telling you that most of your traffic is coming from direct search, then your marketing is not really helping a lot. Okay. Now, if it's telling you, however, that is giving you that a lot of your traffic is coming from discovery search, now we're talking. Or even if it's telling you if it's coming from branded search, now we're talking. Okay. Now let's distinguish what that is, because I don't want to. I want you looking this up. I want you to get all the data that you need right here in this episode. Direct search, again, pretty straightforward. Let's say your name is Baker McKenzie or something like that, and you're in Palo Alto, California. Someone types in Baker McKenzie, Palo Alto. Somebody gave you that person's name and said, you need to talk to Baker McKenzie. He is in Palo Alto. So that person went in, typed that in. Your Google My Business, I keep saying Google My Business. I'm sorry, guys. Your Google Business Profile, your GBP, popped up, and they clicked. That's what's called a direct search type. Not the best traffic. That's, that traffic. I mean, it's good traffic. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you're doing a lot of branded stuff. I mean, you're branding yourself. You're doing a lot of networking, and people are referring you. That's great. But if you're not doing any marketing, fine. That's fine. But if you're doing marketing, you're doing some pay-per-click advertising, you're doing some SEO, et cetera, then that's not good if that's all you're getting. A discovery search is if someone says, tax lawyer Palo Alto, or just tax lawyer near me. Those are called discovery searches, and they found you. If your Google business profile pops up in the map pack, you're doing a good SEO job. Okay? That's the difference between someone who already knows of you and someone who discovered you. Another thing is branded. So a lot of times, branded searches, which are good. So you want to brand yourself. You want to brand yourself with your law firm. So let's say someone just types in Baker McKenzie and they don't type in Palo Alto. That is a branded search. You're branded. You're tied. Yeah, somehow you are tied to your law firm. Or they say Baker McKenzie tax lawyer. Again, that's a branded search type. And you pop up, that's branded. So it's not the best. It's not like discovery searches. Discovery searches I love because your marketing is working. But this is good too because you have to brand yourself. Because if someone types that in and you don't pop up at all, you're not branded. Now, here's the beauty of what I just talked about. Yes, your GBP, your Google Business Profile, will pop up, right, when you do that. But another thing is going to pop up when you do this, and if you tie it to your GBP, are the listings, if you're in all those listings. If not all, maybe a lot of them will, if not all. So we talked about 11 there, and there are a lot more than those 11. Those are the 11 prominent ones that you should be on. You could, if you do this right, all 11 should pop up when they do, especially a branded search. And it should pop up with the direct search as well. And the gold mine is if it does pop up during a discovery search, that's a little bit more difficult to achieve. Your Google business profile should pop up with a discovery search, one done correctly with SEO. The others also should, but that takes a little longer with a discovery search. But when it does, then now you're pretty much dominating the market. Hope that makes sense. I mean, I know it took a long time for me to drop to this, to describe that, but I wanted to. So I wanted you to understand the differences between the direct, discovery, and branded. I didn't want to make any assumptions that you knew. All right. So, first of all, let's talk about where customers find you. And the type of search queries and the customer actions. Okay. Again, they're going to find you in the map pack. They're going to find you either in the map pack or they're going to find you in the actual SEO results stage, or even pay-per-click if you're doing pay-per-click, or if you're doing LSA, they're going to find you up on the LSA. But that's paid traffic. At this point, I'm just talking about free traffic. So free, quote unquote, free traffic, they're either going to find you in the map pack or they're going to find you in the search results when done correctly. And if we really, really optimizing everything, they're going to find you in one of those other directories that we talked about that you tie to GBP. Okay. So that's where they find you. They're going to find you with search queries. Now, that's a little bit more technical when you want to dominate again the search engines, and it's that has to do with SEO. But traditional SEO, talking about backlinking, domain authority, et cetera, speed of website, technical SEO as well. But technically, that's where they'll find you with the search queries. Now, the next thing is customer actions. So what are the customer actions within the Google Insights that you're looking at? So there are 3 actions that the customer can take when they find you with the Google business profile. They either could visit your website. So remember, we talked earlier, we talked about the search query. So with the search query, they can actually get you in the search results pages, right? Versus the map pack. Because a lot of times what happens is they'll see you in the map pack. And I don't know why this is. It's just different strokes for different folks, I guess. Some people will continue scrolling down, and if they see that same business down in the search results pages, they'll click there as opposed to clicking the map pack, if that makes sense. So when you talk about customer actions, and if it says visited your website, when that is the case, they visited your website from the map pack. That's what the Insights is telling you. They went into your map. When they clicked on your business on the map, after they did, they then clicked on your website. So that's good insight to know, because then you'll know based on that, between that and the Google Search Console, how many visitors you're getting either from the search results pages or from the map pack. I know it's hard to describe without showing you this stuff. If you want me to evaluate your Google My Business, your Google Business profile, versus traffic coming from your Search Console, I'll be happy to. Give us a call, 888-416-7752, or send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com. And we'll make it happen. So anyway, so visited websites, another insight that we talk about. It talks about requested directions. Now, requested directions sometimes could be a little skewed, especially if you're in a very popular building. Now, if you're in a standalone building and you're the only law firm in the strip mall or whatever, and they say requested directions, it's probably you. However, if you're in a very busy area and a lot of people have that address, just different suite numbers, the requested directions data could be a bit skewed, as opposed to, were they looking for you? Or are they looking for another, where is it picking that up from? And this is something that Google's working on. They're trying to streamline that. They know that this is a problem. It's been a problem for a while now, to be honest with you. But there's something that they want to fix, to make sure that requested directions is because they went to your profile. Because right now they can't tie it to just your profile. They just know that someone requested directions in that address, for that address. But they're trying to fix that. So that data is a bit skewed. But what's not skewed is definitely visiting your website, or the last customer action in Insights is called your office. That's the thing that we look at a lot. See, a lot of times, and I always ask people to have some call tracking software, and you can tie it to your Google My Business as well, and to your website, so you can tell what's driving the most calls. Is it the website or is it the Google business page? That's all very, 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 very relevant information. So that's really all I had for you today. Is I wanted to talk to you about leveraging the insights. And it's as simple as that. When you leverage the insights of GBP, it's not, rocket science, but that's how you read it. If you want to know more about your specific marketing, specific to you or what's going on right now, and you want us to take a look at it, as I said again, I'll repeat it, give us a call, 888-416-7752, or you can send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com. We'll be happy to test it, check it out for you, and give us our best analysis as to what's going on with your market. Okay, so with that, I am going to put an end to this episode. This has been Frank Deming, the local business guy. Until next week, take care and bye for now. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms, the podcast that provides you with all the latest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you would like to know more about the topic we discussed on the show today, reach out to Frank and his team at 888-416-7752 and schedule a discovery call with one of the marketing consultants. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, send an email to podcast@lbmsllc.com and we will put you on the schedule. With that being said, until next week, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.